What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Land Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Sleds. With me, as always, Titan Mike Kessinger. What's going on, Mike?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Not much. What's going on?
Oh man, we're getting closer and closer to my holy grail, the draft, the combine, everything. NFL offseason, man. That excites me more than normal just NFL season sometimes. Being a Titans fan, it's kind of up and down. Like this year was a great run.
Right.
But years past, it's just mediocre 9-7, no playoffs. This is where this is the entertaining part of the season for us.
Yeah, the combine.
Usually this is your guys' Super Bowl too. Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, it is.
Draft is your Super Bowl, but it's gonna be a pretty important draft for you guys, but a boring draft because hopefully you guys take a tackle because those aren't sexy picks.
Right.
But you need to keep Baker off his ass.
Well, that's the biggest need. So.
The fucking midget needs to stay upright.
Yeah.
In the words of the great late Tony Grossi.
Yeah, it might be late finally for him.
It just sucks, dude. He caught Hot Mike.
Yeah.
Well,
you gotta be careful.
Maybe his producer should have been fucking better off. How about that? The producer should have been all right, we cut the mics off because they're on a break, a commercial. Don't leave that shit going. That's not his fault.
Right.
You end the segment, you're taking a break. You should think this shit's turned off. Not gonna, Hot Mike should be over there. That's your producer's fault.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened.
So he should be the only one. Yeah, he was close to Mike. He should know where his surroundings are.
Right.
Also, people running the fucking show should be like, you know what? We should probably turn this off.
Yeah.
They are from Cleveland, so we are disgruntled fuckers.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, we'll see. I guess he's been suspended indefinitely.
And so is Myles Garrett, so he came back. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Man, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't know where to start. We got a lot of... We had a press conference today from Barry and Stefanski, which is kind of lame.
Yeah.
There, which is very mundane.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot said. Yeah, Barry said stuff everybody pretty much already knows. They're going to tender Kareem Hunt.
They're going to go...
Obviously.
We're going to go about every aspect. I'm not going to talk about this person, talk about that aspect. We're going to do our due diligence to find the players that align with our system. There's that keyword again, alignment.
Right.
They wouldn't get into any specifics about who they might want to target, what they want to target in the draft, who they're looking at, players they may be looking at. I'm not saying you don't want to tip your hand, but the good GMs are able to give you a few names without tipping your hand.
Right.
I mean, it's not that complicated.
Well, they're going to meet with Joe Schobert's agent at the combine.
But did you hear? So when you listen to, do you hear what they said about him?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to re-sign him.
He's a good person and a better player.
Right.
He's a good player but a better person.
Right.
So if he's just a good player. I mean, so.
Cool. Well, he's looking for a contract in the $9 to $12 million range. He wants to get paid.
That's not a lot for us.
It's not a
linebacker. He's worth every bit of $9 to $10 million.
I don't think they're gonna give it to him, but
no, because this is all about it's cheap as shit.
Right.
You're gonna free up $15 more million by cutting Vernon. You can't throw 9 of that shit to Schobert and solidify your linebacker core, which is probably one of your weakest positions. Where you're let one of the better ones you have had in recent years just walk because you don't pay him $9 million.
Right.
This is the shit that's gonna kill people. I get it. Dorsey didn't like him because it wasn't his guy. And I understand you got Mac Wilson and Taki sitting there waiting to win, but I don't know if they're ready to jump in and be...
Yeah, I mean, Taki didn't play a whole lot. He was pretty much special teams. He played a little bit sparingly at the end of the year.
They're not ready to jump in and be sole contributors, main guys on the front line. They're not. I know Schobert misses some tackles, but he also makes a shit ton of tackles. He's a Pro Bowl player.
Right.
I mean, come on now. Give the guy $9 to $10 million and let him... It's not that complicated. It's pretty much a... done deal. It should be a done deal.
Right.
But whatever, let him go because we need Tennessee needs a linebacker. I'll sign Schobert. Bring him in. Schobert, bring him in. I'm all okay with that.
Barry also mentioned they're flexible, trading either up or down. I have a bad feeling they're going to trade down.
Well, see, this might not be for one of the first times you're going to hear me say this. You might not be a bad idea to trade down.
Yeah.
This draft here.
I get it.
Because you got 4 to 5 solid offensive tackles.
Yeah, this is a very deep draft for tackles.
Surefire offensive tackles that are going to be starting in the NFL this year. Yeah, Wirfs, Becton, Thomas, Wills, and
I think they said 5 or 6 could go in the first round.
Yeah, Wills, and then possibly Jones or Austin Johnson.
Yeah,
the guy from USC.
Austin Jackson. Yeah.
I mean, those are some guys. So, and you got to think about it. Cincinnati needs a quarterback, right? And then you got Chase Young going number 2, almost guaranteed.
Right.
And then Miami needs a quarterback. The Chargers need a quarterback. That's four spots right there, right?
Yep.
Going on the top 10. Then you got Kuda, who's the 5th. Isaiah Simmons at 6th. So you got 6 players right there out of the top 10. Easily could go the top 10.
Right.
And you got 4. So I mean, if you drop back, and there's gonna be other teams that want to trade up to get a quarterback, like the Buccaneers need maybe looking at a quarterback. The Colts.
Right.
The Raiders. There's a bunch of teams looking at have needs that could trade ahead of you to get a quarterback.
Well, did you hear the comments? I think it was the GM of the Bucs talking about Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
He said, we feel we can win with him, but we also
want to explore all options.
See what else is out there.
Yeah, of course.
So
that's doing the due diligence. I mean, just because we know, because he knows they're going to put up a lot of points, but he's also going to turn the ball over a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I don't care what LASIK you just got or whatever 2020 now you have.
Right.
It ain't going to happen. But so, I mean, there's a lot of. This would be the draft. You got to say if you trade down, you're not trading outside the top 15. 15, 16 is where I'd like to stay.
Right.
Pick up a second-round pick, maybe another first. Who knows? A first next year and a third. Or a first next year and a third this year. To trade down 5 spots, and you still land one of your top 3 to offensive tackles.
All right, yeah, in that scenario, I can see it.
Because now what? In the second round, you grab yourself a safety or a linebacker.
They have a lot of depth needs for sure.
Queen, there's a guy named Queen coming out I like him.
They need inside and outside linebackers.
The linebacker from Ohio State.
They need 1 or possibly 2 safeties.
Yeah, but those safeties in free agency, I think you guys.
Right, yeah, they're gonna.
Von Bell might be an option for you. I think that'd be a good option for you. Bring Von Bell
too.
In there, even re-signing Demarius Randall. I mean, that's.
Well, the guy too from Minnesota, Anthony Harris, the safety, is another. You got to look at some of the Vikings. A
lot of money there.
Yeah.
A lot of money to be paid to that guy. Just like they're looking at Everson Griffin.
Yeah, the defensive end.
That's a lot of money too.
Well, he's older too. He's 32. He was a Pro Bowler 2 years ago, but he doesn't really fit the mold of the pass regime signing free agents. They wouldn't sign anybody over age 26, 27. So
it doesn't matter now. It's the fancy gift.
Yeah, if you give him a 1 or 2 year deal, I could see it happening.
But it depends on what he's gonna want from that too. I don't know.
Because it sounds like almost a sure thing that Vernon's going to be cut, and that frees up $15 million in cap space. So that's pretty huge, and there's no dead cap against his number.
No. But cutting Kursky, you're gonna free up $7.5 million.
Right.
You're gonna have a $2.4 million cap hit, and it's like you have Morgan Burnett, you're gonna free up $3.4.
And Chris Hubbard, I think, is the other one that's going
to
pretty much a for sure.
If you cut Hubbard and Vernon, you're freeing up another $22 million in cap space that you can throw out to people.
Right.
But are they want to spend it? Are they gonna want to spend it? Are they gonna hoard the money?
Jeff Conklin was just mentioned in the chat. I know we talked about it before the show.
By who?
Jeff Kirby.
He's gonna get franchise tagged by the Titans.
That's my fear. I know there's reports out there that they're interested in him.
Sign Henry, either tender the transition tag or sign Tannehill. They're gonna let Logan Ryan walk. They're gonna Tajay Sharp walk. Those 2 contracts right there will be enough money probably to sign Tannehill to a 2-3 year deal. And they're gonna franchise tag Conklin. And then they're working on his deal next year.
If they were smart, they would go that route.
That's the option. Conklin, but see, if the Browns go and sign Conklin to big money at the right tackle, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna try to pass up. I don't know if they're gonna go left tackle right away then. And you're going further down. Conklin's not slotted as left tackle. He's your right tackle.
He's gonna he's not gonna play left tackle.
I think the Browns sign him. They're gonna get a little blindsided, and they're not gonna go left tackle at 10. They're like, all right, what other need do we got? Because now we got brought in a tackle, Pro Bowl tackle.
I don't know, because from what I'm hearing, that's the ideal scenario for them is to sign a right tackle and draft a left tackle.
Well, of course, the ideal scenario, but like, how many times have the Browns had the ideal scenario and never fucking did it?
Right. Well, that's
Every
what I'm
single
hoping
year.
with these guys is different, but we'll
But
see.
I don't see because the way this is Tennessee's game plan is to run the ball and have a game manager behind the line of scrimmage like Tannehill or Alex Smith type quarterback, right? That's your plan. And in order for you to continue to rerun the ball productively and efficiently, you need Conklin. So you're going to keep Conklin even if you have to franchise tag him, right? And then you're going to sign Henry and you're going to try to work out a deal with Tannehill.
Right.
Right? And then everybody we can draft a corner. Because we're at 29, we need edge rushers, so edge rusher and corner are Tennessee's biggest needs. So at 29, when we're drafting, your edge rushers, you're not going to get pick of the litter. You're not,
Right.
So corner might be a better safer, but you can get like McKinley out of Alabama or, Diggs. Trayvon Diggs could be there. Those are the guys that could be a better fit, a better logical, at 29. Logan Ryan's set to make, if we were to sign him, I mean, his contract, he's going to be freeing up like 12 million, 10 million, like that. So another 10 million cap space we're going to free up to throw towards either Conklin. I mean, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. So after these,
I don't see Conklin in the orange and brown next year. I see him in blue and white. Sorry.
I think if he's not franchised, I think they have a good shot.
You could throw buku money at him, but
Right.
there's other teams that need him too.
Well, they're currently 61.9 under the cap. This second
else?
wave, all these guys we mentioned, they could free up upwards of 90 million if they get rid
Do
of
you know
all
else
these
needs
guys.
a really good tackle? Dolphins. You know what Dolphins have? 88 million cap space.
Yeah.
Dolphins are like, all right, you guys want to play games? Watch this. I mean,
Well, we'll see. 'Cause like I said, we could have upwards of 90 million available.
the only way I will be okay with Tennessee not signing Conklin is if we threw a shit ton of money at, I don't even know how to say his fucking name, the defense end out of Jacksonville, Yannick Didamanchi or
Yeah, I know what you're talking
that
about.
guy. That dude's a freak. If we
Right.
threw a shit ton of money at him to sign him to bring in a pass rusher, cool. Let Conklin walk. We can draft Austin Jackson at number 29. Be our right tackle. Call it a day. Boom, boom, done.
Right.
We don't miss a beat. We literally made our defense that much better. Jeffrey Simmons a full year. Carl Casey, and now this dude. AFC North and South is ours.
So speaking of the combine, the Browns met with a couple potential left tackle picks yesterday. Mickey Becton from Louisville. He said he talked with them on focusing on his technique, and they compared his good plays to his bad plays and kind of pointed out some things he was doing wrong. Then I know the guy you like, Tristan Wirfs from Iowa.
Yeah, I'm starting to move on to him. Like, I was a big Thomas guy.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought.
Well, those Big Ten, big farm boys
Yes.
tackles are
Yes.
usually end up pretty good.
And they do. But, like, Thomas has been proven against, the best way to, SEC is, like, the cream of the crop of the, So all the edge rushers and everybody coming out of there, usually you're tested pretty battle tested throughout the, your collegiate career.
Right.
And he had all the measurements. The dude has 34-inch arms. Dude's crazy. Like, he measures out, off the scales. Great.
Yeah.
He's not a freak measurer like fucking Becton. That dude's just, he was made in a lab. But it's more or less what works now for me is the attitude, is the controlled aggression he has.
Yeah.
The grit, just that little anger, like, I'm gonna sit you down, you're not getting behind me attitude,
Right.
I understand that like you said, Thomas wants to play, would love to block for Chubb again. Cool. I would be okay with either one of those going at 10 in Cleveland. I think you'd be
those
100%
are going to
fine.
be the three under consideration.
Those would be. You guys, Will. I'd rather have. I think Wilson's growing on me too. Of Alabama over Becton. I think Becton just looks. He looks like he's
humongous.
But there's two. For me, you guys need someone to come in there and just pick up and go.
Right.
That's not Becton.
He's going to be shaky.
Becton's gonna go in there and he's gonna start. It's gonna take him a little while, to pick it up.
Right.
But I just think your best bet would be the Wirfs, Thomas, or Wills. But if I'm leaning towards Wirfs now, just because of that, that control aggression, just that grit, that grind, that
Yeah.
and that little attitude about him more than Thomas. But if it was me, if I was GM, I'd pick that guy. But if either one of those two get picked, I ain't gonna complain what's a bit of like you guys got your next 10-year left tackle, Pro Bowl, Joe Thomas fishing on draft day guy.
Our sometime third wheel
He's been off
said, "Hey boys, checking in from the Buckeye City."
Yeah, he's been off the.
Yeah, we got to get him back on here. He's been gone for a while.
He hasn't even messaged any of the shows. He's like falling off.
I know.
He
forgot about us.
He was a super fan of the show. Now he's just a fan of the show because
he's no longer the super fan.
Yeah, I'm the super fan. But there's.
So I listed their positions of need. It's no certain order. Offensive tackle, obviously we need 2 of them. Defensive end, if they cut Vernon, which is expected, they're going to need somebody to step in for him. Outside linebacker, middle linebacker, especially if Schobert is not re-signed. Outside linebacker, you might lose Kirksey. All you really have right now is Mac Wilson because Darius Taylor's gone. The guy who started, they let him go. Safety, I'm not sure what Morgan Burnett's status is after tearing his Achilles last year, but not sure what they're going to do with Randall. I know Dorsey didn't want to bring him back, but things could change with the new regime. Need some depth at cornerback behind the 2 starters. I mean, they cut T.J. Carey, still have Terrence Mitchell. Wide receiver behind Beckham and Landry, they don't really have anything.
See, I would wait for that too. Like this is a really deep class on wide receiver too. One, and 2,
I'm sure, and one I'd like to see him pick at the mid rounds is KJ Hill.
See, I have him linked. I have him going to the Redskins. Wow, teaming back up like Lily Haskins. There's an article too that he said that he would love to play with Haskins in Washington too. Get back with Haskins, but I think because Rivera's always been like those possession receiver coach. Like he's always one of the guys that, he's not a burner. Because KJ Hill's not a burner.
No.
He's catching things and get you yards after the catch, and that's what he's always been. If you look at receivers, like Steve Smith wasn't a burner. He caught the ball, he got yards. He was a powerful, yards after the catch guy. But
tight end. According to Barry, they're going to pick up the 5th-year option on Njoku, and this is, I guess, a big year. They're looking for him to produce this year, so we'll see. I know Stefanski likes the blocking tight ends, and the only one they had, Demetrius Harris, they cut. So, you still have Ricky Seals-Jones, who's more of a receiving type. And then some news today about veteran backup quarterbacks came out. 2 guys they're supposedly going to pursue, Chase Daniel
Keenum
and Case Keenum. Those are the 2 names
that
on their list.
Case Keenum scares me, and this is why. Case Keenum has a reputation of taking over a team and prospering.
Yeah.
So the first time I've struggled from Baker, is this going to be their go? Is this especially with Case Keenum being from Minnesota with Stefanski, the connection there?
Right.
Since this is Baker's not their guy.
No, he's not.
Even though
they're saying
Andrew Berry was there when he drafted Baker, he was drafted, he was there.
Right.
It was and Andrew Berry came out and said there was a consensus that this was the guy they wanted to take in the draft room, in the scouting board. Like it was consensus, Baker was number 1.
Right.
Even though now he's not saying it's not our guy, our regime, but what stops them from throwing Keenum in there?
Oh, nothing stops him.
That's what I'm saying. It scares me.
First time he struggles and starts throwing a bunch of picks like he did last year. But that they want a veteran backup kind of mentor for Baker that is better than Drew Stanton. Last year, obviously, Stanton was the backup till he got hurt, and then you had Garrett Gilbert, a rookie, who had no experience. So, and maybe they want to bring in a veteran who has some talent to maybe light a fire under Baker, kind of push him a little bit. I know he made some comments that he's committed after all the pictures going around of him and his gut. He's committed to getting himself in shape and better preparing for this season than he did last season. He admitted he didn't work as hard as he should have in the offseason last year, which kind of rolled over and affected the way he played.
So here's your list. Here's a list of safeties. I'm going to name a few off the top of my head that are
free agents.
Von Bell, Clinton Diggs, Anthony Harris, Carl Joseph, Jimmy Ward, Justin Simmons.
Yeah, so there's a few decent ones in there.
Yeah. And you got your linebackers. You got Devondre Campbell, Corey Littleton, Kareem Martin, Blake Martinez, Danny Trevathan. I mean, there's some. They're old, a little bit older, but they could be some plug and play guys until.
Right. Well, if you're planning on winning this year, then there's nothing wrong with signing a
edge defenders. Though is where it's pretty loaded here. You got Arik Armstead, Vic Beasley, Shaquille Barrett, Javaden Clowney, Dante Fowler Jr., Marcus Golden, Everson Griffin, JPP, Yannick Nakakwi, and then Robert Quinn.
Well, that's might be what they're looking at too. They're looking at Vernon's $15 million and saying, okay, maybe we can get one of these. Maybe not a Shaquille Barrett, but
you can get Shaquille Barrett for 15.
So, I mean, he's coming off a monster year.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had shit before that. Though. This is 1 year.
Right.
I understand it's a payday year.
We need a guy who can stay on the field, and Vernon can't
Arik
do that.
Armstead, I think, with the connection to Joe Woods.
Right.
I think that would be ideal for you guys. I mean, that would be a guy you probably get 12, 13 million range. You know, he's still young enough. This would be his first,
Right.
He's still coming off his rookie contract, so he's, 24, 25?
Yeah.
So he's going to be young enough. And pair him with Myles Garrett, you know. And then you can even sign Chris Jones, the defensive tackle. Gerald McCoy, he's a free agent. Damian Harrison was released. I mean, Michael Brockers, Javon Hargrove. There's a big name defensive tackle you can plug in between Garrett and him.
All right.
Leonard Williams too. He's available.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good options out there who you might be able to get for the same price or cheaper than what they're paying Vernon right now. You know, for a guy that, like I said, can't stay on the field.
And there's some receivers here. If you guys need a third receiver option, like you got
Well, one I liked that was just
Cale Gabriel.
Yeah, he was just cut.
Philip Dorsett, Randall Cobb, Geronimo Allison. Allison did great, and that's a guy you probably get for $8 million.
Right.
Bring him in here for 2 years, 3-year deal.
Yeah, there's definitely guys out there. You got to look at a lot of the Vikings free agents too. We already mentioned Everson Griffin, Anthony Harris. There's a receiver that's a free agent from Minnesota who was a high pick and never really panned out with them.
Laquan
Treadwell.
I don't like him.
So
I wasn't
maybe a change of scenery.
I wasn't a big fan of him. That whole change of scenery thing, I love how people use it.
It works sometimes, but more often than not.
Very seldom does that work.
Right.
Very seldom, especially with the receiver position. Usually people that get fresh legs and new change of scenery is offensive linemen because the scheme difference.
Yeah.
The scheme works better for them.
Right.
Because you'll be a zone block or a power block, or zone read.
Right.
Or whatever. It's all about the scheme and how you're able to fit in that scheme. It makes you better. Look at the lineman from Cleveland, prime example. And what they did in Kansas City.
Right.
I mean, night and day.
Well, that was one of our biggest mistakes. And Dorsey's biggest mistake, not signing Mitchell Schwartz, letting him go when he first came in here.
Oh, that wasn't Dorsey.
I thought it was.
That was Sashi Brown.
Was it Sashi Brown?
Oh, yeah. Right. Sashi Brown. They botched that contract negotiation.
That's right. That's right.
Like, I'm out.
Okay.
Just took him out. They left. Dorsey, that was that Cameron Irving guy go.
Yeah.
And he's not a starter there. But
no, he did at first, but
he was a solid rotational offensive lineman for them, just like Dennis Kelly is for Titans.
They had 3 of our former offensive linemen. They had Austin Ryder too.
Yeah.
It was a former backup center we had.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, but Schwartz was the big one. That was the key.
I'm sorry, but Dorsey messed. The only way Dorsey messed with the line. I mean, there's two ways he messed with the line. Was trading for Vernon and using the lineman. I can't remember his name.
Kevin Zeitler.
Zeitler, thank you. And not addressing it after that trade.
Right. Well, the thing, I thought Wyatt Teller played pretty well at the end of last year. If you get 2 solid tackles, I think you can get away with Wyatt Teller at right guard.
Yeah, but you have to have a good right tackle.
Well, that's what I mean. If you were to bring in Conklin, then
yes, because
Teller would be fine.
Conklin will be able to play he'll pick up the slack, but you can't bring a right tackle.
If you come back with Chris Hubbard, no.
You can't bring like an Austin Jackson in there either, a right tackle, rookie. Yeah. And I think you're gonna cover up some flaws from where that's not gonna happen either.
Sorry, missed. Jeff Porco asked how long has Tony Grossi reported on Cleveland sports. It's A long time. I don't know
How long has he been there?
Yeah, he's been there forever.
He was there for ESPN for the last 10 years, right?
I have to say probably 15 plus years at least. He's been in Cleveland for a very long time. It might even be longer than that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with his whole fiasco. Yeah, so we'll have a lot more on the combine next week. Like I said, everything starts up tomorrow night. I think the quarterbacks and receivers and tight ends at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'll be recording that so I can check that out. Definitely be watching the offensive line drills this year. Check out some of these tackles and see how they look. Now, you think there's any scenario with the deep tackle class that the Browns surprise everybody and take Isaiah Simmons if he's there at 10 with their needed linebacker? I think that's maybe the one player they might swing to as opposed to a tackle.
If he falls, so this is how I look at it. Like with the class being deep, if I don't know, man, I really don't know. I mean,
that's a tough call. If he's on
your
the board.
linebacker you do have a need at linebacker, but you also got to be able to protect Baker.
Yeah,
right?
I think the needed offensive line is.
I think it outweighs.
That's our top
the
need.
Flash of Isaiah Simmons.
Right.
Because Isaiah Simmons is a hybrid safety linebacker type guy.
Right.
And in the AFC North, and Shazier made it work, but look at the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you need some bigger linebackers in the AFC North. That's just the type of football AFC
Right.
North is. I mean, I know now you need a little faster guys because you got Lamar Jackson type players, you know, and
I really wish they would have went harder after C.J. Mosley last year in free agency.
yeah, that'd been nice. But he got hurt. He didn't
Yeah,
play
he did.
half the year. To be honest with you, I'd be okay if Cleveland tried to reach out and trade for Anthony Barr.
Right.
Or Wesley Woody's going to be a free agent in Tennessee. Like, you bring him in there as a little stopgap guy. He was pretty good. He slowed down a little bit, but he still has enough in there.
We'll know in a week or so. Free agency's right around
Blake
the corner.
Martinez out of Green Bay, I think would be a good fit for you guys too. Sign him, bring him in there.
Right.
But did you hear the really sad news that happened today or yesterday?
What's that?
Where our two, our associate GM or from last year, Wolf, and what's the other guy? Who the two guys that left?
Alonzo Highsmith went to Seattle. I know that.
So did Wolf.
Oh, Wolf did too.
Both of them
Okay.
signed with Seattle.
I knew that. I heard that
as
Highsmith did.
draft consultants.
Draft consultants.
Yeah, because we couldn't fucking use them like that, right?
Well, we got the guy from the Colts as our consultant.
Who traded fucking
Ryan
a
Grigson.
first-round pick for Trent Richardson.
Right.
That shows how intelligent that motherfucker is right there.
Right.
So
Yeah. Hopefully he's got better since then.
Not really. I doubt it.
I guess he's down at the combine with the whole group.
So if you were to pick, we have these top tier top tier quarterbacks right now. Well, they were top tier, but they're still considered top tier, but they're old as dirt. We got Drew Brees already said he's coming back to New Orleans, so he's off the market. All right, so you got Brady, Rivers, Mariota's in there, Bridgewater. Where do you think those guys are signing, if you could pick?
I think in the end, Brady's going to go back to New England.
Okay.
I think he'll maybe talking with some other teams and flirt with Cleveland, but I think eventually he
Brady
ends up back
wants
there.
weapons, and I think he will leave if he doesn't get weapons.
Yeah, I think they'll end up trading for somebody. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Stephon Diggs.
AJ Green?
Or
He's a
AJ
free
Green.
agent.
I know Diggs kind of wants out. I
He's
know
beefing
he
with
removed all
Thielen.
his social media, like all his Viking stuff from his social media.
There's an ex-Viking lineman reported that, or a linebacker, or some ex-Vikings player reported that Diggs and Thielen butt heads so much, and Diggs just wants out.
Yeah, I can see New England going after him.
See, it reminds me, you remember when New England had, what's his name? The little receiver from the Rams. I can't remember his name.
Brandon Cooks.
Thank you. He didn't do shit
Right.
in New England. Diggs reminds me of a little bit faster cooks. A little bit better hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the type of receiver you need. Like, I think AJ Green would be a better fit in there because he's just going to be able to open it up. And then you have, what's his name? The dude that, what's the white receiver? Edelman, across the middle, like always. And they draft that Cole Kmet, the tight end, this year, if they really go for it. They're back where they need to be. But
as far as Phillip Rivers goes, I don't know.
I think Colts. I think the Colts would be...
Yeah, they could use... I mean, Brissett's decent, but he's not...
Brissett just a bridge, a stopgap. Like,
yeah, he's not
the
a...
answer.
Not going to
Either
take you...
Phillip Rivers, but Phillip Rivers, like... I can see them signing him, drafting, like, I don't know, a Jordan Love or a Eason. And,
yeah, Eason. I've been hearing a lot of things about him.
Drafting him, because the Colts are picking pretty high. I think they're picking 12.
Yeah,
13,
somewhere in
there.
Middle of the first.
So
round.
those two quarterbacks should be there.
Right.
When the Colts pick, and I see it. I mean, they signed Phillip Rivers a 2-year deal. Let him play for 2 years. Let this guy sit by Phillip Rivers for 2 years. Could be,
Right.
Could be a match made in heaven. Could be that, which sucks for me. Like I'm in the division, but that would be an ideal situation for the Colts. One guy we're not hearing nothing about is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Well,
nothing.
Did you hear he's being asked if he's willing to play another position?
Yeah, he said no.
Yeah, he said he's a quarterback.
Good for him.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, you've heard nothing about him.
No.
And I like that because if he slips far enough, what would the possibility of Tennessee drafting this dude, or the Browns draft this dude?
I heard Mariota's name too today for the Browns.
I think Mariota would go to if I would say anybody for Mariota, it would be the Chargers or the Bears would be an option for him, I think, because I think he's gonna want to be a starter. He's not gonna want to be a backup again. He did it. I don't think he's gonna want to be a backup, and he knows he's gonna come here and be a backup. And he's too young to end his. He's too young, I think, right now. And I don't think he's not a bad quarterback. He just had 5 or 16 different offensive coordinators in his 5-year career. All right, so I mean, he's been injured a little bit. So maybe a new scheme, a new situation that may work. Who knows? But I don't see him in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think it'll.
I'd laugh, but I don't see
Keenum or I know they've liked Chase Daniel for a few years now, so he can end up being the guy. And then he's a pretty good backup quarterback.
Yeah, Andy Dalton too. They're trying to trade this. He's a Dalton.
Yeah, he could be available.
I like to see Dalton in New England. I think that would extend Belichick's dominance in the AFC.
What do you think? Did they make a play for Phillip Rivers if Brady ends up going somewhere else? I think he could do pretty well there.
Not really. Phil Rivers needs deep threats, and New England doesn't have deep threats. Phil Rivers.
Josh Gordon.
If you looked at Tom Brady, if he made his bread and butter, his work, has been 10 to 20 yards over the middle slants.
Julian Edelman.
Tight ends, Julian Edelman's, those little white receivers that catch the ball and go for 15 yards.
Yeah. If
you look how many deep threat, 30 plus, 40 plus yard catches, passes he's making compared to any other quarterback. I'm not saying he hasn't done a lot because he's been in the league for 15, 20 years.
Right.
He's made a lot of those. But if you compare him to other quarterbacks, an Aaron Rodgers, a Drew Brees, a Phil Rivers, a Big Ben, they make more. Right? They stretch their field. They throw deep. Tom Brady has never really been that guy.
Right.
Because he hasn't had that type of arm. He can do it if he needs to, but he doesn't like to do it because he's not the best at it.
Right.
If you look at his numbers drop drastically if he's throwing over 35, 40 yards compared if he's in the 20-year window. Which most quarterbacks do, but there's not as big of a drop-off as all the other quarterbacks.
Right.
And so, Phil Rivers needs those weapons. That's part of his game. New England I don't think New England has the weapons for him. So I think.
Where do you think Teddy Bridgewater's going?
I think he re-signs in New Orleans.
You think so?
Drew Brees comes back for one more year. Teddy Bridgewater Stallings for New Orleans, and now Teddy Bridgewater takes over New Orleans when Drew Brees goes. It's a perfect situation for him. He knows the offense.
Right.
He has one of the league's the league's best receiver. In my opinion, the number one receiver in the NFL, and Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
And you have a top 5 to 8 running back in Kamara.
Right.
I mean, your defense isn't horrible. You're one of the best corners in the league in Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, your offensive line is solid. I mean, you're in a perfect situation. You grab a tight end there. You're okay. I mean, I don't. If he goes anywhere else, he's going for the money.
Uh-oh. Joel Embiid left the 76ers game against Cleveland after a shoulder injury.
You know,
that could be a big blow to the 76ers.
Yeah, we'll see. I didn't think they were going that far anyways. They can't play together.
Cavs are up 70-58. We want John Beilein back.
Yeah, you're fucking this up, dude. Like, I understand, like, well, you're playing for the first pick, like.
And Drummond's out tonight too.
Yeah. Well, Drummond hasn't really had the last couple of games. He's been.
Well, they haven't played him a lot because he's a That's what I like about Bickerstaff. He rides the hot group, and
I understand that, but dude, when you have a player like Drummond, you put him in there, you protect
the two games that they came from behind, especially the Miami game. They had Garland, KPJ, Nance. Nance was playing the 3. Love and Thompson on the floor. And that was the group that led both comebacks. Yeah, so they're 2-1 under Bickerstaff with the 2 comeback wins. He's been doing some different things. I think it's only a matter of time before Porter gets in a starting lineup. I know Beilein had commented before the All-Star break that time was getting close.
Sexton they need to literally
swap those two.
They need to learn that Sexton's gonna be their 6th man,
right?
And Porter needs to be in there for 30 minutes a game, 32 minutes a game.
It was interesting what Bickerstaff did with Porter because Porter.
You're gonna get suspended, dude.
I know.
Indefinitely.
I'm gonna pull a Grossi. Friday night against Washington, he was called for a foul that he didn't agree with. Kind of said some stuff to the ref, got double teched and thrown out of the game.
Who, Porter?
Yeah. Then Saturday night they played in Miami, and he kind of like had a hangover and didn't play well. Bickerstaff benched him for the second half. Sat him down after the game, talked to him, told him he wants to see him harness that anger and aggression into a positive manner to his play on the floor. And what's he do? He comes back Monday night and has a career high 30 points and just lit up Miami. Was pretty much the sole reason they won that game.
It's because the Heat were so drained from that 75-minute Dwayne Wade fucking debacle.
Well, Jimmy Butler didn't play either, but he didn't play Saturday or Monday.
He didn't play both games, so that's a wash. Because Kevin Love didn't play one of those games.
Yeah, Love didn't play the game in Miami where they got blitzed.
Yeah, so.
But I heard a couple execs around the NBA said that they're convinced Porter's a future star. And the thing about him is he's showing promise on the defensive end as well. So they think he can be a definite two-way player down the road, offensive and defensive.
We haven't had those in a while.
No. And the kid's only 19 years old, and showing the willingness at this young of age is pretty impressive. 'Cause that was one of the things that scared all these teams away was he wasn't coachable. He had some issues at USC, but I mean he's proven otherwise. And there's going to be a lot of teams upset they passed on him for sure.
The dude played like 6 games, like you said, right?
Huh?
He played how many games?
He's played every game. Oh, in college, you mean? Yeah, he played I think 10 or 11 games, something like that.
So nobody's going to be that upset that they pass on. Shit happens. You have a 10 game what's it called? Preview of this kid.
Yeah.
And you're going to take him in the first round of the draft? No.
Well, it was based on his ability.
God, even though it's 10, it took the Cavs to trade up in the final pick of the round to get this kid.
Yeah, they traded 4 second-round picks.
Yeah. So, I mean...
And Darius Garland is starting to play pretty well.
The Cavs passed on him, too, in the beginning.
Yeah, they did.
They traded back into the first round to get this guy. So.
I wanted him bad, so I was ecstatic when they picked him, when they finally traded and got him. But Garland's been playing pretty well. He's the true point guard that they need. He's a ball distributor. And he's got that outside shot. Very good ball handler. Needs to work on his defense, as most young guards do. But him and Porter commented that they're trying to build an empire here. So
we'll see.
yeah, I mean, if those two can turn out, it's going to be interesting to see what direction they go. Trading for Drummond kind of signals to me that they want to try to win next year. They're going to have a lot of cap space. They're going to have hopefully a top 3 pick if they don't get fucked in the lottery again. They should be one of the 3 worst teams, and that's how. Well,
it doesn't
who knows
matter. They were one of the 3 worst teams last year, and they got 8th.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're the first. If you win
the top 3
game,
get the best odds.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Look at last.
And it's
last
only
year.
14%, right?
Look at what happened last year. We were number 3, and we picked 8th.
I can see it now. We'll have the worst record. Golden State will have the 3rd worst record. They'll get the first pick, and we'll get like 6th or 7th.
Yeah, and they're gonna take the shooting guard and
Edwards and. Yeah, speaking of Edwards, I checked him out. I know we talked about him a little bit. I hadn't seen much of him. Watched some highlights of him and read some scouting reports. He's 6'5". He's got almost a 6'10" inch wingspan, 225 pounds. They compare him to Victor Oladipo, like a bigger version. He's a big 2 guard. The city should be capable of guarding threes at the next level.
Is he going to play the 3 or is he going to be a 2?
The scouting reports say he should be capable of playing the 3.
Capable. I don't like that word. Because we don't need no more
That's what we need,
guards
right.
in Cleveland. We have abundance of fucking young guards. We don't need another one. Because Edwards going to be 19 years old coming to the NBA. We don't need another baby that we need to babysit.
Right.
We don't need players that can't drink, alright?
Yeah.
I understand it's college, but it's the one and dones. So, your whole backcourt and then your backup backcourt still not going to be able to buy alcohol.
Right.
For 2 years.
Right.
Alright?
The other interesting thing, too... I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
You need to, I understand he's a talent, but if he's not going to be able to play efficiently at the 3, you may need to look at not taking him. Because all you're saying is, alright, KPJ.
Right.
Now you have competition. But he's supposed to be the future star here.
Yeah, if he can play the small forward, he's my number 1. If not, then it's probably Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Okay.
He can play the 3.
But is he
he's a bigger guy.
Is he a number 1 overall guy? If we get the number 1 overall pick, is he?
I mean,
is it Anthony Bennett type shit happening here? I mean, are we gonna? Is it a reach?
No, he's not a fat ass.
Is he a reach though?
No, he's not a reach.
You sure?
He's legit. Yeah. It's Toppin, Edwards, and probably Wiseman. I would guess are the top 3. But if you're gonna keep Drummond, that doesn't really make sense to draft Wiseman.
Unless you plan on using Drummond as a $28.7 million expiring contract.
Yeah, they could end up using him at the trade deadline.
He was drooling.
Right. Well, they draft Wiseman. That signals to me that they'll probably look to trade Drummond and get. I mean, that's a huge trade chip, expiring deal. So.
Yeah, it's huge, but
I'm sure that's part of what they looked at too. If he doesn't work out, then hey, we can trade him.
Yeah.
The other intriguing thing, the free agent class sucks this year, but there's one restricted free agent from the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram, who's 22 years old, and right now he's averaging almost 25 points a game, and he's a legit small forward, shoots 40+% from 3-point range. Do you throw a bunch of money at him? So much that
do you
New
have
Orleans
the
won't.
cap space next year?
Yeah, we'll have the cap.
I mean, with Drummond signing back in and Kevin Love, that's
Yeah.
$58 million.
Because you're still going to lose Tristan Thompson, Dellavedova. Who else? There's a couple other guys. I think there's 1 or 2 other ones that are expiring. Ante Zizic, I know it's not a whole lot. I think $2 or $3 million. They'll be under the cap. I'm just not sure how much.
Are we over now?
No, I don't think so. I think they're under right now. Because they're under the tax. I know that. I haven't looked after.
But it's going to cost you a lot of money because they're going to be able to match. He's a
Yeah,
restricted, so Pelicans
you got to make it big enough to where Pelicans aren't going to be able to match it. Because, I mean, there's really no suitors other than, you got the Knicks. I think there's 5 teams that are going to have cap space other than the Cavs. And they're all pretty much bottom feeders, which is why Drummond's most likely going to pick up his option. Because where else is he going to go? Is that what you're looking up? NBA cap space?
Yeah.
Yeah, spot track's usually the. Here we go.
But
Yeah, they're at. Now it says they're negative 50 million right now.
that's luxury cap.
That says cap space on all the way in the end. I'm on spot track.
Yeah, that's what I was on too, but it didn't make sense. Like, it was really weird. So here we go. 2020.
Bear with us for a minute. We're trying to figure out this whole NBA cap thing. See where the Cavaliers are salary cap wise. Yeah, Love and Drummond take up $60 million between
Got
the two
that
of them.
part. We're at 130 million right now. Why is J.R. Smith still on our fucking books?
Yeah, there you go.
We'll lose 18 million from him, 9 from Deladova, 2 from Zizic, and then that's it. Like, other than that, like, you're gonna lose
Well,
Taylor Cook, Makara, Bolden, and Newman.
the guys under contract next year are Kevin Love, Andre Drummond if he picks up his option,
Nance.
Larry Nance, Dante Exum, Chetty Osman, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Dylan Windler, Kevin Porter, and Alfonso McKinney. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How is
So you got
Chetty
10 guys
Osman
under
making so much goddamn money?
He got an extension.
He is garbage.
Yeah, he's a backup. That's why they have the big need for the 3 because he'd be a good rotation guy, but not a starting small forward in the NBA for sure. So the Indians are underway spring training.
Yeah, I don't follow
Not a whole
spring
lot to
training.
talk
I don't
about.
really like full spring training because you get your hopes up for all these. Like, it's like
The only good report I heard was
it's like watching baseball in rose-colored glasses. Like,
Reyes has looked good in the few games he's played.
well, Reyes has dropped 18 pounds, and like in batting practice, this dude, I heard he looking like a freak. So let's just see if he can keep it up.
Yeah,
Other
he's
than that,
3 for 6 early on. He hit a home run his first game. Yeah, it's hard to gauge really.
I really
in the
don't. I
beginning.
really don't watch. I don't watch spring training. I don't pay attention to spring training because if I do, I'm gonna get this false sense of reality.
Right. Well, the thing I pay attention to most is injuries, and we've got a few of those right now.
And, yeah, so, but like I'm like Carrasco's coming back.
Yeah, he'll be
Jose
back.
Ramirez got hurt. We thought it was a big. He got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Nothing happened.
The biggest run right now is Emmanuel Clase, the guy they got from the Rangers,
Yeah.
the flamethrower. He has a lat muscle issue, and
Of
they
course he
did
does.
an MRI today, so tomorrow we'll know how bad that is. Hopefully it's minor. And then the young outfielder Daniel Johnson pulled a hammy.
sprained
He's
ankle?
out for a couple weeks.
Who's the one that's like sprained ankle or?
Maybe it was Johnson. Maybe it was an ankle hamstring. It's all in the leg.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, like you said, Carrasco's day to day. His MRI was negative, thankfully, on his leg. So Clevenger's the one that's going to be out till mid-April or so, but they should be fine, barring any more rotation injuries. They can withstand that for a little while. So yeah, not a lot to talk about there. They're just getting underway. Ohio State basketball is back in the top 25.
Had a nice win over Maryland.
Yeah, that was a big win that got them back in. They're actually 4-0 against top 10 teams this year, which will help them as far as seeding goes. That looks good on their resume for the tournament.
Yeah, it makes them look like a team they need to put in there because it's gonna could be upset type of players. Like
Right. So they got 18-9 overall. 4 games left at Nebraska, home against number 19 Michigan and Illinois, and then at number 24 Michigan State. So see if they can finish strong heading into the Big Ten tournament. And try to secure a decent seed. I think that's still the young point guard DJ Carton. I don't know if he's coming back or not. I know he took a little leave for some mental stuff, but they could definitely use him back.
I don't know. They've been up and down and things. Like I was really pumped.
Yeah, beginning of the season, I was really.
They were
pumped.
they were looking really good, but then.
So that's like the whole NCAA this year. Every time somebody goes up number 1, they lose. it's going to be a wide open tournament. It'll make it funner.
Crazy.
Not having a big
a
favorite.
blue blood in there, like
Right.
just dominating and running the.
This could be
show.
a year for the Cinderellas to.
Well, look at who was that Cinderella like 2 years ago? The one with the chick, the old lady, the wheelchair. She was there.
Yeah, it was a Loyola.
Loyola, yeah, that
Loyola
motherfucker broke
Chicago.
up everybody's bracket. Them little bastards.
That was fun.
Like, that was not fun, dude. Like,
Speaking of Ohio State, Ryan Day signed an extension.
yeah.
He's now through 2026. Do you think that keeps him away from NFL teams that are going to come calling in the next couple years?
I don't know if Ryan Day's NFL caliber quarterback just yet, or coach. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see what he does next year. If he pushes Ohio State to the playoffs to get back to back,
Yeah, he might get some offers.
We'll have to see who offers him. It's the where. It's not. I think it's all about who offers him. It's gonna entice him to leave.
Right.
Like Tennessee losing Combs to come back, that sucked.
Yeah. Well, good for Ohio State, but bad for your Titans.
Yeah.
The NFL CBA has headed to a player vote.
The NFL Player Association executives voted.
Yeah.
So those guys voted, and it passed 17-14, and now it's going to the players themselves to vote. And
yeah.
With this CBA being geared towards the rank and file players, not the elite of the elite,
Yeah. That
most likely it's going to pass because the minimums are going to be a little higher. So those guys that are making these things are going to get more money. Like, yeah, well, I'm going to pass this thing.
Right.
So I have a feeling it's going to pass. Should it pass? I don't know. A lot of these pot questions we have,
Well, a lot of the older guys aren't going to like the 17th game.
Suck it up. You play 17 days a fucking year and make millions and millions of dollars.
That's the two
right?
biggest.
17 goddamn days a year you have to work 100%. 100%. Because damn well practice, only an hour or so of it's pads. That's in the CBA.
Oh, guys like Aaron Rodgers aren't doing much in practice.
Exactly. They're doing count they're on a bike. They're reading playbook.
I remember Joe Thomas used to sit out half the practice.
I'm mental practicing. Mental reps.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you're playing a Game Boy, dude. I don't care. Don't tell me you're playing Madden and you're learning the playbook, alright? Fuck off, alright? That's not how this works. They don't practice. It's not like they're work. I understand that it takes a lot to do. There's a lot of time involved. Like reading, like prepping and all that stuff. I got that part. But the actual physical aspect on it is an hour. What, an hour to 2 hours a day?
You pulling an Allen Iverson?
What do you mean?
Practice. Talking about practice?
I mean, no, they need to practice. I got that part, but it's not like they're full 100% practicing here.
Right.
Like it's not.
No, I get
they're
it.
not pads on hitting each other for 3 hours a day, two days in practice. That don't happen. 2 days ended when you said I declare for the draft.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Now you have way more pull than you ever had before in your life.
Right.
They're not doing that, and even their practices. Like if you watched any of the HBO with the
Hard Knocks.
Yeah. When they got into actual practice.
The only one I watched was the Browns.
Yes,
when they did it.
They're in basketball shorts and then they're pads and shit. And they're not in full and there's not full contact. Like, stop it. Even these joint practices aren't full contact that much. I mean, don't act like you guys are grinding, 24/7, 365. No, you grind for like 3 to 4 weeks before the season, then you grind like 2 days out of the week, one hard practice day, and then your game.
Yeah.
Stop it. Another 3 hours of work, it'll be all right. To make millions of dollars.
The two biggest details are adding the 17th game, taking away a preseason game, and then extra playoff teams. And more money for the
doesn't really add an extra week of playing.
Right.
It adds one more game on a wild card weekend. Because number one's the only team that's going to get the bye. Yeah. So you're going to have 2 versus 7, and then 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. It's all going to be, you're going to have like a 1 o'clock game, a 4 o'clock game, and an 8 o'clock game.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. And then they have them on Saturdays and Sundays.
Right.
So it's going to happen like 3 on 3. That's what's going to happen.
Right.
It's not adding extra weeks.
And that rewards the number one team in the conference.
Being
the only one getting a bye, which is the way it should be.
Which is fine.
Right.
I'm cool with that. Like, whatever. It doesn't bother me. You're not adding no more games.
Right.
The only one that's number 2 seeds you have to play a game, but it's not like you're adding.
Right.
extra weeks to the playoffs. It's
Right.
the same length of the playoffs. Just stop being pussies, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm
you
sure that'll
prima
pass.
donna little bitch. You got paid, now you don't want to work at it. Stop.
Right. Milwaukee Bucks in February have clinched a playoff spot. They're now 50-8.
Dude, they're nasty.
They're ridiculous.
Nasty.
Yeah. I like the WWE stuff they do before games.
Yeah, that's
Got
just
some
they're gonna get hurt.
Probably.
John's gonna tear an Achilles like the final game of the season.
Right.
Lopez
Right before the playoffs.
Yeah, and then they're gonna fucking get swept, but whatever.
LBJ and Zion met up for the first time last night.
Yeah, and LBJ went a little too hard, and now he's out there with a groin injury.
40 points, but now out tonight.
He had to show young Buck he wasn't ready to hand over the torch, and then he hurt himself. Like, stop it.
Zion had 29 points in 33 minutes. Speaking of Zion, he's the first rookie since Allen Iverson to average over 23 points per game, and he's doing it in 10 less minutes per game. So far, so good for the big man.
We'll see.
How about the Astros players getting beaned in spring training?
You saw us coming, and it's gonna
everybody
stop.
knew
It's
it
gonna
was
stop when the regular season starts. I think they're gonna do it in preseason, or whatever, because they know they're not gonna get as much punishment there.
Right.
Once the regular season starts and spring training ends, I don't think you're gonna see as many beam players.
Right.
So.
Well, that's when the punishments are going to be handed down. I mean, I seen, who was the guy hit Bregman today? The guy did it on a 3-2 pitch. It made it look like there's a pitch that got away. But I mean, hey, these guys got to expect that after what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they seen how pissed off a lot of these players are. I mean, shit's going to happen. It's time for them to pay for what they did.
Yeah.
And XFL, I didn't watch any, but week 3, they said the ratings dropped 50% from week 1. They were 1.6 million.
Still not bad though.
No, we'll just see if it continues to drop or if it kind of levels off.
I heard it's really really good. Like, so I'm surprised.
I watched some of first week 1. I haven't been home, so I haven't watched one since then. But I liked what I seen week 1. I mean, it was more competitive than AFF. I mean, they have better talent.
Yeah, better talent pool is way better.
I like some of the the kickoff rules. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I like some of the stuff doing. It's nothing like, you remember the original XFL. It was kind of more like a gimmick, like wrestling almost. This is more football.
This is my third favorite football league. You get the NFL number 1, then you got the LFL, the lingerie football.
Lingerie football. Yeah, we used to have a team.
Yeah, I used to have season tickets to the AFL, the Arena Football
The
League.
Arena Football, yeah.
Gladiators. I had season tickets for like 3 years.
That sucked because we had a good team.
We went to the AFL Championship game. I was at that game where we got blown out by Arizona, but I was at that game.
Say you're at a championship game, though.
Yeah, I was at a Cleveland Championship game.
Right, yeah. I can say that
I was like, but it was fun to watch. Like, it's fast paced. It's a fun game. Like, I have a bunch of jerseys, a Gladiator jerseys, because being a season ticket holder, you got a jersey every year with the year you're a season ticket holder.
Oh, cool.
So I think I have 15, 16, and 17, or season tickets, years I had season tickets. And you got your media pass, or your pass, and you got a bunch of shit. And
I never went to a Gladiators game. I went many years ago when we first got an arena team, the Cleveland Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah.
I went to one of their games and I had a good time. So it's
Games.
different, but
they're
it's
fun games. Like we had club seats. I think it cost like $270 a year.
Oh, that's
or $300 a year.
Right.
And I made like 5 those 5 payment plans throughout the year.
Yeah.
And those club seats I got, or maybe a little cheaper than that, to be honest with you. That sounds a little lot, but. And you got the jersey. You got. You know how they pulled fans up, in the Cavs games, like ask you questions, or Monsters games, they'll get pulled off.
Right.
I got, being a season ticket holder in a club section, I was up there 3 or 4 times. I won a bunch of shit. I won like a bunch of $50 gift cards and just asking questions. Like, it was fun. They do a lot of stuff with fans.
Yeah, it sucks that they're gone, but.
Well, the league itself went bankrupt.
Yeah, folded.
And then Larry just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna follow suit," and they followed suit. So.
Cavs are up 91-84, 6 minutes to go.
They're gonna lose.
That's what I want to see. Competitive losses.
Yes. Yes, because you need to stay where you are. Because we got good news with Curry coming back. That means they're going to win a few more games.
Yeah, with him coming back,
they should win more.
I expect him to win some more games.
It's so weird. He was supposed to be out for the season. Then there's a Kobe thing. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Mamba wouldn't be out, so I'm going to come back in.
Well, he was shooting like just inside half court.
Half court shots.
See those shots?
Like,
yeah,
what the fuck,
nothing but net. Like, Jesus.
Yep. So we'll see. But I just can't wait for the draft. Like, it needs to come.
Yeah, it's coming around. I'm looking for. I always like watching a combine.
Well, now they're doing prime time, so we actually get to watch it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, see, like that's the thing. Like combine, like a lot of the shit they do isn't how you judge players.
Right,
like
right.
I don't look at the 40-yard dash. Everybody looks at the 40.
Yeah.
40 is just telling you who's fast.
Right.
Right. You want to know who's athletic? I'm gonna watch a 3-cone. All right. I want to watch those type of shit. Watch a lineman do that. Defense lineman do that. Cornerback do that. That's where you know. That's where you find your money. That's where you find if they're athletic.
Yeah.
You know, any Joe Schmo can run the 40-yard dash and run it fast, and then
I like watching the receivers run the different routes too, and the different drills they do.
those are drills are fine because it shows if you're good at like your route running skills or
Right.
you know how your hands are, where you can target the ball, how good you are going up get the ball. I mean, it's all about that's different. But I'm talking about those individual is like the bench press. The fuck does that tell me that you're strong?
Don't care.
Why the hell do I need to know if a quarterback can bench 225 25 times?
Right.
The offensive lineman should be the only one benching that shit. The offensive defensive lineman, and it shouldn't be two and a quarter. It should be 350 pounds. Put it up there. How many can you go?
Right.
That's gonna show me if you're a country boy strong or if you're just a a faker. You're just hiding in the 225. Oh, I can put up 20. I could put 225 up with a bum ass neck a couple times right now. I'd feel it immediately. Like I'd probably roll over like medic, but I could do it.
Right.
225 doesn't do shit for you. Put up more numbers. Because you guys are fucking stacked athletes. You coach should be putting up 225 pounds.
Right.
10, 15 times. If you can't, there's a problem. It doesn't show me anything. It does not show me. 3-cone drill shows me shit. The high jump, the measuring your jump, your vert, that shows me shit. Because I want to know how receivers, even short ones, how vertical they can get when they're going to play that 50-50 ball. Same with the corners. Right. Can you get up there and can you get the ball? Can you battle a 6'1" guy, at being 5'11"?
Yeah.
That shows me shit. There's only a few things that I want to watch, besides that. What I really wish it would do with the private interviews, that's what I want to see. But the private,
I wish they would show that.
Because I want to see some of the questions they're asking you, like, do you like to suck dick?
There's always some pretty crazy ones.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit. I'll be like, is it going to get me paid? Because, $20 is $20. like, you're going to jack me 10th overall if I say yes?
Right.
Cool, then yeah, the bigger the better, guy. Like, fuck, like, that's the difference. Like, I don't get, like, that's the type of shit I want to see that shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't suck dick, alright? So everybody fucking stop it. Like, before anybody starts some dumb shit out there. But
yeah, he's not in the NFL, so he doesn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid $1 million. If I was getting paid $1 million, I probably would suck a dick. I'm not even gonna lie. If someone says suck it for $10 million, I'd be like, I'll buy new friends. Fuck all you guys, alright? I don't need you. Fuck you guys. Like, I don't care who says anything. Like, any motherfucker would say, no, I will not. You're a goddamn liar. Someone opens a suitcase full of fucking $20 million and says, suck it.
There's a price tag for everybody.
Kevin's gonna be like, got you, boo boo. Kevin's gonna be the gayest motherfucker you ever met in your life for that however long it takes.
Yeah, Cavs are gonna pull it off. We're up 11 now, 5 minutes left.
We'll see who gets benched and if it holds, but. We forgot one thing to talk about, but I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
What's that?
With all the NFL and the Browns moves and free agency, like, how many people on this roster right now do you think? I have mine. I want to hear yours, and I'll go over mine. Who is untouchable on this roster right now? Who do you think? And what I mean by untouchable, won't be traded, won't be cut, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Joe Batonio, Myles Garrett. I put Jarvis Landry in there. I know you don't agree with that one.
Okay.
Probably J.C. Treader.
Okay.
Denzel Ward.
So you have 7?
Yeah.
I have everybody but Landry. I have 6. I have Baker, Garrett, Ward, Treader, Petonio, and Chubb. Those are my 6 untouchable. Other than that, everybody else is fair game. Because I look at it this way.
Well, Barry said they're going to listen. They'll listen on
They're
anybody.
going to listen to anybody, yeah, but
Right.
they're not going to trade. They're not moving those people. You're not moving Myles Garrett. You're not moving Nick Chubb.
No.
Kareem Hunt's not untouchable.
No.
You're not moving. Your offensive line is already garbage the way it is. You're not moving your 2 best players
Right.
on your line to make it weaker than it is.
Yeah, those are the only 2 stable guys.
Yes. Denzel Ward has showed so much, and he's so young that I think he's going to be given, especially with Joe Woods being a DB guy.
Yeah. He's excited about having him and Greedy Williams.
I would even say Greedy Williams, but I don't. He's not enough yet for me to say Greedy
Yeah,
Williams.
he hasn't showed enough yet.
Yeah, but I could see him being untouchable too because it's 2 young, solid corners on left and right side of the field that
Right.
Joe Woods maybe like I don't want them gone. I need those guys.
Yeah.
I can work with these guys, but I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say Greedy. But I look at it this way: like if you traded Landry for, let's say, Landry or Beckham, I'd rather keep Landry, to be honest with you, over Beckham.
Yeah, I would too.
The
I had to choose between
The
the two.
relationship between with Landry and Baker is a lot better than it is with Beckham and Baker.
Right.
But if you're gonna trade one of them, I'd rather trade Beckham. So if you could trade Beckham and get a first round pick for it, I'm talking like not a like a 17 to 20 maybe, 15 to 20 round pick,
Yeah.
for him. And then you can go around and you can either draft your replacement in like.
Oh yeah, that would free up more money, and then you could maybe get an Amari Cooper.
Yeah, you could go
a top
outside
level
Amari
free agent
Cooper, or you can. The receiver class is so deep.
Right.
You could get a Ruggs or a Higgins or there's a lot of guys out there. The Jefferson from LSU. I mean, there's a bunch of players you can get at
Right.
receiver wise, or Amari Cooper. I don't sign AJ Green, even though he's older.
Yeah. I mean,
But I don't think AJ Green's likelihood. But
probably not.
I just don't think those are my 6 that are untouchable, and untouchable means they're not going to shop them. They're not like. But if somebody comes to me and says, "I'll give you Patrick Mahomes for Baker Mayfield," I would slap the fuck out of every single motherfucker in that front office that they're going to trade him.
Yeah.
But
something
that's
not
not
realistic, but
that's not realistic
right.
going to happen. That's the only way Baker Mayfield's going.
Right.
Because they're not going to draft a quarterback now and give up on Baker Mayfield this early.
No.
They're not going to go sign one of these big names and bench Baker Mayfield.
That being said, though, this is a make or break year.
This is a make or break.
If he has another season like he had last year,
next year Baker is not going to be untouchable.
they're not going to keep him. Right.
Not going to be untouchable. Baker is this year he's untouchable. Only this year as of right now.
Yeah.
Like next year, if he has a shitty year, if he's above average,
We need 2018 Baker Mayfield. Is what we need.
and 2018 Baker Mayfield might be a pipe dream. You may have like a better version of 2019 Baker. A little less
Much better
interceptions.
version.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But all right, guys.
Got anything else?
I got nothing.
I think we're good. Like you said, next week we'll have a lot more on the combine. That'll
We'll
be
have
over
some
with.
guys we'll have some.
Yeah, we'll review a lot of the top guys and guys that are in line for the Browns to possibly
Yeah, it's
take.
gonna be a big offensive line. We're gonna look at them, and we're gonna look at the receivers, and we're gonna look at some linebackers. Those are positions, and some edge rushers. I'm gonna throw those in for Tennessee. I think there's some guys in there.
And we'll be getting ready for free agency to start here very shortly. That'll be pretty big.
That's gonna be fun.
Yep.
We're gonna have a free agency. We'll have a free agent tracker for the show.
Yeah.
We may get a board and put up get the top 30 free agents.
Yeah.
And then we'll track those guys. As the show goes on, we'll have it over there. We'll have something we can do like that.
Yeah.
Just a visual tracking, and see how it goes.
That'll work.
So with this new program we're using, if we went live during the draft, could we edit it as we go, like the streaming? So the picks,
the
so
text.
you can do pick one.
Yeah, I could have it scrolling across the bottom.
That's a lot of work though.
It doesn't take. It's pretty easy. I put our social media on there. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I don't watch it.
I put our Twitter and Facebook links.
It gives
on the
us
bottom.
false views if I jump on there during the show. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
one person watching. That's fucking me. I'm looking
Hey,
at
there is
it.
one person watching right now.
Is it you?
Probably.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we had like 25 on it one time earlier.
Today?
Yeah.
And they heard you talking.
I know. Like, what the fuck's this clown?
Alright, well.
Alright, I guess that's it for this week.
I'm outie.
Everybody have a good night. And we'll talk to you next Wednesday, same time, same place.
Different people.